Hi guys, I'm getting married. Charot. No, I just did this bridal look inspired by Taylor Hill's bridal makeup over here. This one. So, this. Hope you can see it. So, I saw this on Pinterest and I was like, I gotta try that. I gotta try that. This is a makeup from Sabrina Carpenter's makeup artist. She does a lot of blushy looks, and I don't know, just was very inspired doing it. And yeah, so I think this is a very simple mauve bride look. This is my first time doing a bridal look actually, so hopefully I do more in the future. And if you want to see how I got this look, please keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is to groom my brows. So I'm still using the Absidy. I'm going to list the products in the description box if you're interested. So yeah, first I do my brows before skin prep. Sometimes I forget, but let me just get a hair clip so that this is out of the way. So the inspiration, Taylor has really thick brows. So that's what I'm gonna try to do here. Gonna comb through them. And then shape them. I think her brows are like this. I think her brows are laminated. Are they? I think they are. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing. There. So now we can see the difference between this brow and this brow. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the same thing on the other brow. I wish I had like a volumizing brow mascara, but I don't really have one. So I'm just going to fake that I have really bushy brows. Of course, my brows are actually a little bit bushy, but not like Taylor bushy. Also, I'm not sure if I ever get married, I'm gonna do my own makeup. How about you guys? Would you do your own makeup if you ever get married? I don't really know if I'm gonna do that. My dream makeup artist for my wedding is Shu Uemura, although I don't know if I'm ever gonna get married. So, you know. Okay. So if you want laminated brows, you just press on them like that. I'm not sure if the makeup artist, I forgot the name. I think it's Gonzalez. The makeup artist of Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not sure if they put like, or she put like a brow filler, like a brow powder or something. I think it's pencil. Yeah. But to me, I don't really want to do that because my brows are really dark. So I'm just going to use a brow pen. This is from Lucky Beauty. I'm going to shape this. So when you want polished brows, aside from grooming them, you want to put a line on top, like here. For example, let me show you. think I should have let that dry. So it's a subtle difference, but as you can see, this is more polished because the top is kind of a little bit more defined, but then it still looks natural. Then I'm just gonna put more brow hairs. She has thick ones. I'm gonna start here as well. I haven't really groomed my brows in a while, so that's why they look like that, but I think it fits the look. I think she also has hooded eyes, so I think that's why the focus of the makeup is the blush. And this makeup artist actually uses a lot of blush. So, you know, the Sabrina Carpenter looks, she always has like really, I wouldn't say blush blindness because I think blush is really pretty. And then I'm gonna get a spoolie. I'm just going to remove those. They're a little too polished for my taste. Damn, it's not moving. That's the beauty of Absidy. Okay. So now that we're done with the brows, I'm going to do some skin prep. So again, my skin is very dry, so I have to address that before I put on any kind of base. Of course, as I've said in my base makeup video, you have to know your skin type and you have to clean hands. I think her base is glowy, so that's why I'm prepping my skin like this. Okay. Forgot to get my fan. Damn. Okay, now let's put on some sunscreen. So I always use the 2-finger method for sunscreen. Oh, my brows looking. These are the brows. So mine is a little more arched. Nice. Okay, and next I'm going to use primer on my pores and on the dry parts, because I'm gonna treat this like it's my wedding day, you know, so I have to make the makeup last really long. Just gonna focus it here. I'm here because I get really sweaty there. And then just spread it out, especially on this part because I have a lot of texture there. Okay, I think that's done. Okay, my mic just stopped. I don't know if that's how it usually is. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to use a primer that matches the foundation that I'm going to use today. So this is from Teviant. This is the Ultimate Skin Master Primer in Luminous Radiant. So we want to be, well, I want to be a radiant bride. How about you? And then I'm just going to let that sit for a while, or for just a few minutes, I guess. Just to make sure that everything's good. Okay, so while the primer is drying, I'm going to do some color correction for my under eyes. And I'm going to use this. I'm just gonna let that marinate. We don't want any darkness. For sure. Because it's our wedding day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna correct that. And also the redness on my nose. The green color corrector. Ooh, that's too much. I'm sorry. Let me get a makeup wipe. So I'm just gonna blend this with my fingers because I want it to be kind of natural, I guess. As you can see, the color corrector also kind of neutralized the darkness of my two-toned lips because we want to like plump, perfect lips later. That's that. Then I'm just gonna blend this out too, and then we're gonna apply the foundation. So just tap, tap, tap. Your finger actually is a very good makeup applicator for liquid and cream products. There we go. And then I think I'm gonna apply it here as well. Let me just remove this. I'll probably just add an eyelid tape later. Let me just correct the darkness on my eyelids. Also, this will act as our primer for later. Okay, so now that we've color corrected the face, let's move on to the base. So I think for your wedding day, I think aside from being radiant, your skin has to look perfect. And it doesn't only need to look perfect in photos, but it has to look great in person and in video. So I'm going to use the most trusted foundation I've ever tried in my life. This is the Ultimate Skin Master Foundation. I'm in shade Nude Medium 1, and this is from Teviant. This is high quality local product, and I really, 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 really love it. So I'm just going to shake that up, and then I'm going to put it on the back of my hand, just like this. So as you can see, it's not that runny, right? And the consistency is like this. It's like a cloud, really, a liquid cloud, if that makes any sense. And then I'm just going to, I'm going to prime the brush as well, but I am going to apply it evenly on my face because that adds more coverage. So I'm just going to spread this out just like this. I'm just not sure if this is still my shade, really. Okay. Maybe it is. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. So I just do this. If you have that spatula, I think it will help you apply the foundation more evenly. I just don't have that. You know, so I'm just gonna use my fingers. And then I'm gonna use a dome-shaped brush to blend that. So as you can see, the finish of this is demi matte, so it looks great on photos, like really looks great on photos, and it also looks great in person. The more that you wear this throughout the day, the more that it looks great, like when it mixes with your skin oils, it just is so good. So I'm just gonna, I think I put too much. So I'm not sure if you're gonna show your ears on your wedding day, but if you do and you're gonna do your own makeup, please, please, please put makeup on your ears and also here at the back. Okay, do not forget that. A lot of people focus on the neck as well, but a lot of people forget the ears. Do not do that. I don't know if I'm gonna show the ears. I don't think so, because I'm gonna try to copy her hair. As you can see, her hair is like this. That, if you can see. Okay. So I'm just gonna blot my foundation. I mean my brush on that foundation so that it takes up the product, because we are gonna need this for blending later. And then I'm gonna take a makeup wipe and I'm gonna clean the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take the same shade but in concealer. This is from Teviant as well. I can't see the shade anymore. But they are the ones that are perfect match. I'm going to conceal the parts that I want to conceal. As you can see, it actually concealed a lot of places that I want to conceal. But then we want to have a perfect base. So I'm just gonna take the concealer and put it on the back of my hand, just like that. And then I'm going to take a synthetic concealer double-ended brush. This one. Okay, and I'm just gonna load up the brush just like that. So if you want precision when it comes to concealing, this is your bet. So just amazing. I think for Taylor, she didn't really use that much. I think she just used skin tint, actually. I have yet to try the Sola skin tint primer thing. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there, and then I'm going to blend that later. Then I'm just going to use my fingers to like blend the edges. I don't know if you can see it. And since I'm feeling dry, I'm going to spray a hydrating mist. And I'm just going to let that dry. I'm going to look at, I think the focus of this makeup look is the blush, really. See? She's so pretty. Like mauvey pink blush. Okay, I'm just going to let this dry and then I'm going to come back. Okay, now that's dry, let's move on to contour and blush. I feel like she didn't do much contour because her face is already contoured, but then my face isn't. So, you know. I think this is just a brontour, so I'm going to use a brontour product. This is from Vice in the shade Push. So, just gonna put this on the back of my hand like this. And if it's too bronzy, I'm going to use this from Canva Pot. I'm gonna take a sculpting brush and then I'm just gonna do that. See, color is really natural. on my skin tone. So let's just put more. It's really creamy. I think our brush is evenly coated, so I'm just going to contour my face as I usually do. Brontour is actually really nice for like natural looks, I find. So just gonna contour like I usually do. If you watched my base makeup, contour is also there. So if you want to see how I do my contour, then please watch that. Yep, I don't think this is gonna... Ooh, well, it does work. So since I have a round face, or is it square? Oval? I don't know. I think it's square. I'm gonna contour like that. Like that. Like that. Looks really pretty. I'm just gonna deepen the contour with a canva pot. Okay. So I'm just gonna directly do this, and then I'm just gonna mix it with this one. Tap, tap, tap. But it's not that harsh. I'm just gonna do this. She has like contour there. See? And bring it down here. Damn, that looks so good. Doesn't it look good? It's a little bit here. And over here. See? That looks so good. I'm going to take the foundation brush and I'm just going to go over the edges. Wait, this is too much. Oh no. Tap lightly. Okay. And now we're going to brighten the face. So, oh no, we are going to move on to blush. I think this is a really quick look. So we're gonna use two blushes for this one. I'm going to use a light pink one to brighten up the face, and then a mauve blush. I hope these are correct. So I'm gonna take a light blush, and then I'm gonna warm it up on the back on my finger like this. So just circular, circular, circular. That's gonna take up a lot of product. And then I'm just going to put it on my hand. Maybe just on the palm while the back of my hand is drying. Yeah, it was here. I'm going to focus it here to brighten, and also here. to brighten the eye. We're going to conceal that later. See? Brightens. Okay. Just close that really tight. I like this because I feel like I like this because it doesn't really dry down if you store it properly, right? So yeah, it's easy to warm it up and blend. So if you don't have the Strokes Crush Blush, bleh. So if you don't have the Strokes Crush Blush yet, maybe consider buying one. Okay, now we're moving on to the Mauve blush. This is still a Strokes product. This is their Crush Blush in the shade Gorge. So I think I hit pan here. Does it show? So I'm just gonna take that. Then evenly put it on the back of my hand. I can use a liquid blush actually. I have a mauve one, but I think this will last longer. And I'm going to use my ring finger. I'm not going to use any type of applicator except for my hands for my fingers rather, for the blush. And then I'm just going to focus it all over here and here too. But I'm going to add the blush later because we're still going to contour the nose. So let me just start here. I'm just gonna, yeah, just focus it all over the cheeks, but not going beyond the contour. So still here, but we're going to also put a powder blush later on. Damn, that looks so good. Oh. And up to here, actually. There. Oof. There. So you can do this on your finger so that it's even. And then I'm just going to do the same thing over here. So here. Maybe you're wondering why I'm using my finger, but I find that this product applies better with a finger. Also because my fingers are warm, kind of breaks down the product better. And it applies better on the, what do you call this? On the skin. Okay. Just gonna apply it here too. I think there's also blush there. But I do have a mauve eyeshadow later. Nice. I think that's for the blush. And wait, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more here. Then I'm just gonna clean up my hand with this white. Okay, so let's move on to brightening the face. So I'm going to brighten this part. So I'm going to take a lighter concealer and also kind of like a peach one. I'm just gonna mix the two. I'm gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna put this here. It's a little. Ooh, she does have a bright forehead, so I'm gonna put there. And here. And here for the chin. Don't have much of a chin. So I gotta cheat. Okay, so for this one, I am going to use a brush. And the favorite brush that I'm gonna use is again from Vice Jelly. This is the number JE03 from the first collection. So I always like to use this. For brightening. You see that? Now I have a chin. Yay! So I can contour actually here. Later. So I'm not going to take it here, okay? Just here. You see that? I'm not going to take it here, just here. I'm not going to do that there because she has blush there. Then I'm just going to press, not pressed, to remove excess, and then also it blends it out. And then I'm just going to blend this as well. God, this woman is so beautiful. Of course, she's a Victoria's Secret model. Okay. Probably gonna put my bangs on later. Because I don't know how to do that hairstyle. Like put my bangs up like that. I don't think it's gonna work. Let me just take my foundation brush and then just do that. Okay, so now let's contour the nose. I'm going to use the same Canva pot in engraved for the nose contour. I don't think her nose was really contoured that much. I think it was just contoured with a bronzer and a blush, but I don't really have her nose. So I'm going to contour my nose. So let's see. There's contour up here and there's also shadow. So I'm going to do that. Up here. Of course, I'm not going to like contour my face in a way to look like her. I just want to mimic or be inspired by the makeup look, not by her face, because we don't have the same face and I don't really have the necessary tools to do a makeup transformation, you know? So I'm just going to contour the way that I do. I think that's enough. Okay, and now we go to the blush again. I'm gonna take Gorge again, and then I'm gonna take my ring finger again. And then tap it on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to put this on my nose. So it's like on the whole nose. I hope you can see. Like even up to like here. Yeah, like even up to here. Ow. My legs. I'm gonna mix the two blushes. The ladylike one. And I'm going to connect it here. I think she does put like blush all over, right? See? She's so pretty, my God. Just gonna take the concealer. I'm just gonna do that. Just to soften it. Okay. Now we're done with that. I think it's up to here. Actually. There. Now we move on to the eyes. For her eyes, I think it's really simple. Like mauve cool tone transition color and then a really bright inner corner. And I think a brown, is this a brown eyeliner? I think it is. Is it? No, it's black. It's black and like really nice lashes. Okay. Ooh. Right. Okay, so I'm going to use Strokes eyeshadows for this one. I feel like I have to use a contour one. Do I? Is this it? Yeah, I guess this is it. Or this one. No. I'm going to use this eyeshadow from Issy. This is in the shade Dusk. This is what it looks like. So it's pretty dark, but her skin tone is different from mine. So I have to do what I have to do. I'm just going to take this brush from Mangay, like that. And I'm just going to do this. And then tap the excess, and then I'm going to go over the lid just for a wash of color. And then her eyeliner is like that. So I'm just going to take it here as well. So I do that, and then I do this. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I am going to make a video on how I do hooded eye looks. So if you want to see that, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification feature. So up to here. I am going to use eyelid tape later so that it shows. It needs to show up. So right here. . I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Rosewood and I'm gonna mix it with the Damask Rose. This one. Or is this Damask Rose and this is Rosewood? I'm gonna mix those two. I'm gonna get a really small crease brush. This is from Zoeva. This is their 231 Luxe Petite Crease. I'm just gonna dip it there. I'm going to take it up here. She has like a pink, like, eyeshadow. Just there, I think. Okay, so I'm going to take this. This is in Oriel in the Strokes palette. So just coat that there. This is a synthetic brush. And then tap the excess. And then I'm going to mix it with this one. This is the Pretty Fresh palette from the Second Bites Jelly collection. Oh no. I put it on the wrong one. I'm going to sweep this all over the eyelid. Or tap it on the eyelid. And then I'm going to use my finger a little later. How long does it stretch? Just on the middle, I guess. Just there. And here. And then I'm going to put a different highlighter on the inner corner. I'll just tap, tap, tap. I'm going to take my finger. Then I'm going to go here. And then add more. Yep. I'm going to take this duet from Vice. This is the Aurora collection. This is a pink eyeshadow. And I'm just going to take another crease brush and I'm just going to dip that there on the matte shadow. Then I'm just going to put it here because I saw some pink there. Pretty. Let me get a black eyeliner and then I'm going to type line. So it doesn't go to the inner part. I think just there. The same thing on the other eye. I'm back. So I'm going to use this in the nude eyeliner from Vice. I'm just gonna line my lower lash line with this one. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this number 10 eye brush from Strokes. I'm just going to mix my bronzer with the two eyeshadows a while ago. Or am I? No, just the bronzer. This is what's gonna go on our under eyes. Okay, I'm gonna take it over here. Okay, I'm gonna take this from Mange. Okay, just gonna do that. Like this. I'm just gonna press it here on the roots of the lashes. Because I think that's what they did. Just to define that. And then we're gonna put mascara later as well. So I think her eyeliner, I think she also did it here. Oh, it's a lot. No. Okay, let's do eyeliner on the sides. So kind of like winged. Like it followed this part. And then here. I'm just gonna do the eyeliner or based on my eye shape. I think that looks good. And then we are going to go to the lashes. Okay, so for the lashes, I'm going to add cluster lashes, but I'm also going to curl my lashes and add mascara. And then that's the time we're going to add cluster lashes. Wow. My first time using this. This is the Elyzza Foxy lashes. Okay, now we're done with the lashes. Ooh, it's so pretty. I'm gonna go and spray some setting spray. Okay. And now we are going to do some powders. So I'm just going to get a bake setting powder and I'm going to set the under eyes first. Okay. Okay, and I'm just gonna set the whole face with this bake setting powder. Okay, and then I'm going to put some contour powder over here. So we have to set everything by powder, so, you know. So it sets the creams. And then I'm going to mix the contour powder and the bronzer. I'm gonna get a bigger brush. Just gonna put it here and here. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to our inner corner. I'm gonna take a synthetic brush. So I guess just this. And then just put it there. Ooh, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna take this Mary Luminizer and I'm just going to put this on my nose to highlight. It's really subtle, so it's not that noticeable. I'm just gonna put it here as well. And also here. See? And then I'm going to take a mauve blush. This is the Reserved. I think it is. Then I'm going to take a blush brush. This one. No, it's dirty. This one. Gonna mix this here. I'll mix it here too. Oh, I think they're the same color. And I'm just gonna do that here. Okay. And then I'm gonna take another blush. This is in Aroused Issy. Just gonna put that here. Just so we can have a transition blush. Okay. And then I'm gonna take this blush from Spotlight Cosmetics in Red Carpet. And I'm just going to swirl the brush here. Just like a blush topper. See? It looks so pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to hydrate my face again. That's a little bit dry. Let's move on to the lips. Yeah. I'm going to overline my lips. So you can put lip liner all over your lips so that there's a base for your lipstick, and most lip liners last longer. Most lip liners last longer than lipsticks. Already it looks nice. For the lips, I'm going to use the strokes in Vintage Rose. Ooh, pretty. This is the one. Ooh, perfect. I'm gonna take this Sassy Mauve from Revlon. This is their Super Lustrous line, because I want it to be like juicy. There. Okay, so before I fix my hair, I almost forgot. I have to hydrate my face first and then use a setting spray and a fixing spray and also a fixing powder. So let me just hydrate again. And then setting spray. Tell me you got something to give, I want it. Fixing spray because we want this to last. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my favorite blurring, fixing, or perfecting powder. I'm just gonna take a setting brush, tap the excess, and then I'm just gonna brighten the parts that I want to brighten. Like here. And mattify. And that is it. So I'm just gonna do my hair and then I'm gonna go back. Hi guys, so this is the final bridal look that was inspired by Taylor Hill's wedding look. And I really had a lot of fun doing this, and hopefully I can recreate more looks or make looks inspired from other makeup artists. I really like doing that because it makes me know what suits me best and what I like doing when it comes to makeup. Also makes me think of, or come up with other looks in my head. So I think that's it from me. If you have any questions or have any comments or anything else really, please let me know in the comment section below, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.